Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to our channel.
Stay charted, stay updated. From the past 1 week, ITC has been into limelight and on last Friday it has announced its annual results. So today we thought of decoding this stock in a simplest way.
Let's decode it. ITC Limited was originally named as Imperial Tobacco Company of India Limited in 1910.
The name of the company was changed from Imperial Tobacco of India Limited to India Tobacco Company Limited in 1970.
With the unfolding diversification plan, the name of the company was changed to I.T.C Limited in 1974.
The name of the company was changed to ITC Limited, omitting the dots and adapting the strategy no stops for ITC in 2001.
Let's take the glance of segments in which ITC has stepped in.
FMCG cigarettes, which is the most core among all the business activities. FMCG others, it consists of branded packaged food business.
Hotels, paper boards, paper unpacking, agribusiness, the initiative of e-shoppers towards rural farming.
Here we have the comparative analysis of ITC and its competitor Godfrey Phillips, which is also into tobacco manufacture headquartered in India. From the graph pertaining to last 3 months, we can see that ITC share has performed better than Godfrey Phillips in terms of ROI of 15% versus 10% respectively. Apart from ROI, ITC has also outperformed Godfrey Phillips in terms of market capitalization, PE ratio, and dividend yield.
So now let's decode the success factor and figures behind this. FMCG cigarettes, which is the core among all the business activity. Comparison of revenue on quarter-on-quarter basis, it is 5,130 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 5,485 crores for the corresponding quarter of previous year 2019. So we can observe that revenue slipped by 355 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of revenue on year-on-year basis, it is 21,202 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 20,713 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that revenue increased by 489 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting a good numbers during these unprecedented times.
Here are some key takeaways. In the Union Budget 2020, a steep increase in National Contingency Calamity Duty on cigarettes was announced with effect from 1st February 2020, and also towards the end of financial year, the COVID-19 pandemic caused operational disturbances even before the nationwide lockdown. During the initial phase of lockdown, unprecedented disruption was witnessed across the value chain, which impacted segment revenue and segment results.
These factors have led to revenue slippage in Q4 of financial year 2020 on Q-on-Q basis. However, all factories are currently operational and sales and distribution operations are progressively normalizing.
FMCG others, it consists of branded packet food businesses. Comparison of revenue on quarter-on-quarter basis, it is 3,183 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 3,274 crores for the corresponding quarter. So we can observe that revenue slipped by 91 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of revenue on year-on-year basis, it is 12,844 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 12,505 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that revenue increased by 339 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting a good numbers during these unprecedented times.
Here are some key takeaways.
On 23rd May 2020, ITC entered into a share purchase agreement to acquire 100% of equity share capital of Sunrise Food Private Limited, an Indian company primarily engaged in the business of spices in eastern parts of India under the trademark of Sunrise, subject to fulfillment of various terms and conditions as specified in share purchase agreement. This deal can bring synergy impact and will increase its market share in food business in coming days.
Hotels. Comparison of revenue on quarter-on-quarter basis, it is 466 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 510 crores for the corresponding quarter. So we can observe that revenue slipped by 44 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of revenue on year-on-year basis, it is rupees 1,837 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 1,665 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that revenue increased by 172 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting in good numbers during these unprecedented times.
Here are some key takeaways. The hotel business posted strong growth in corresponding revenue and segment results of approximately 19% and 29% respectively in the first 9 months of the year. This momentum was sustained in Jan 20 and Feb 20.
However, the business was severely impacted by the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, followed by cancellation of IPL contest towards the end of year 2020.
Agribusiness. Comparison of revenue on quarter-on-quarter basis. It is 1,887 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 2,101 crores for the corresponding quarter. So we can observe that revenue slipped by 214 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of revenue on year-on-year basis, it is 10,241 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 9,397 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that revenue increased by 844 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting in good numbers during these unprecedented times.
Here are some key takeaways. Despite the challenging market conditions, the company consolidated its leadership position as the largest Indian exporter of unmanufactured tobacco. The growth in the external business was largely driven by opportunity trading in oilseeds, pulses, and rapid scale up in value added portfolio, especially spices, frozen shrimps, and frozen snacks. Paper board, paper and packing. Comparison of revenue on quarter-on-quarter basis. It is 1,459 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 1,537 crores for the corresponding quarter of previous year. So we can observe that revenue slipped by 78 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of revenue on year-on-year basis, it is 6,107 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 5,860 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that revenue increased by 247 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting in good numbers during these unprecedented times.
Here are some key takeaways.
The education and stationery products business, which reported strong growth till February 2020, was severely impacted in the peak month of March 2020 due to the closure of educational institutions and deferment of new academic season across states pursuant to nationwide lockdown.
Now let's look into overall performance of ITC Limited. Comparison of PAT, that is profit after tax, on quarter-on-quarter basis. That is, it is 3,797 crores for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 3,482 crores for the corresponding quarter of previous year 2019. So we can observe that PAT increased by 315 crores on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of PAT on year-on-year basis, it is 15,136 crores for the year ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 12,464 crores for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that PAT has increased by 2,672 crores on year-on-year basis, resulting a good number during these unprecedented times.
Now let's look at a earning per share of ITC Limited. Comparison of EPS on quarter-on-quarter basis. It is 3.09 for the quarter ended 31st March 2020, whereas it was 2.84 for the corresponding quarter of previous year 2019. So we can observe that EPS is increased by 25 base points on quarter-on-quarter basis.
Comparison of EPS on year-on-year basis, it is 12.31 for the year ending 31st March 2020, whereas it was 10.17 for the corresponding year 2019. Here we can observe that EPS increased by 214 base points on year-on-year basis, thereby meeting stakeholders' expectations.
Here are some key takeaways from ITC annual report.
Here we have on screen 1 year candlestick chart of ITC, which made a 52-week high at 282 rupees in the month of July 2019 and 52-week low at 134 rupees in the month of March 2020. We are predicting an entry at 190 rupees, and one can look for a target of 250 rupees and beyond in a short span of 6 months to 1 year.
How one can get the annual report from NSE site has been already explained in our previous video, and the link for the same has been given in the description. Thanks for watching. Please do share, like and subscribe.
Stay home, stay safe.